3, 2, 1. Hey guys, City Ninja here for another FIFA Fulham career mode part. I think this is part like 50 odd, 57, 6. It's probably like 52 now I said that, but still. We're really getting on in this series, and I have finished this career. I'm just going to put it out there, I have finished now. I've come to a point where I think I can end it, and yeah, I have a good idea of what I'm going to do for the last episode, so I hope you are looking forward to that. But anyway, let's get into this game, into this episode, I mean. So, we beat Brighton 4-0 in the FA Cup, in a replay tie, so that's a good thing to get out of the way, I guess. I did just sim it because, if I'm honest, I don't really give a monkeys about the FA Cup. It doesn't really bother me all that much, to be honest. But we have a big game against Arsenal now. Arsenal aren't doing that well this season. They haven't signed the players they need to progress, really. A bit like real life, to be honest. And Jack Wilshere's just said that he wants to leave, so that's why they're concentrating on him. Since it's in January, that's quite huge news, and I would definitely sign him if I had the money, but I've only got like 3 million. He's definitely not going to sign for that. Although they aren't as good as they used to be, Arsenal, they're still a very good side. They can still cause damage, and proof there. A bit of bullshit from Leno. He did get a hand to it, but it went through his hand somehow. So that was 1-0. In the 20th minute, they pretty much did the same fucking shit, and then some more bullshit for Theo Walcott to score. Leno got his hands to it, it bounced off my defender, and then fell to Theo Walcott. It was a good cross, but it doesn't make up for the fact that it was bullshit. But then, just before half-time, I did cheese it, because I needed the goal. In the 42nd minute, Royce crosses it into Pato, and then Pato, he wasn't going to miss, let's be honest, it's Pato. So, you know, it was 2-1. I just did that to get myself back into the game, because by that point I was so far behind. They had so much control, I just needed a goal. However, it didn't make all that much difference. A poor clearance from Raphael. It falls to Ramsey. Ramsey passes it to Wilshere. Wilshere hits the post. Can't get it clear, and it falls to Podolski to bury it. In the 71st minute. Very disappointing. I didn't give up, but it wasn't looking good from this point. Chaco Del Rio breaks through. He's got a hat-trick in that Brighton game, so he's clearly in good form. He cuts around the defence and then smashes it into the back of the net. A very good goal, very Insigne-esque goal. So maybe that's what Chaco Del Rio will develop into. I mean, maybe Insigne had a big impact on him, and maybe he's growing into that player, which I wouldn't mind, to be honest. Another Insigne would definitely boost my attack for sure. But we did lose 3-2. Hazard got man of the match with a 9.5, but it wasn't enough, and we did lose, which is disappointing, but I think we are still top from that. Again, another FA Cup tie against Coventry. I decided to sim it. It was a 0-0 draw, so we get another replay, which is not good. But then another huge game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Now, I have beaten Man U at Old Trafford before, but they are in good form at the minute. They've won 3 games in a row. MNEK is always impossible to deal with. Callas still doesn't know what he's doing by this point. I think he wants to go. His agent's telling me something very different. The media is telling me something very different. It's all very confusing as to whether he's staying or going. But right now, we have lost first tie? What the fuck am I talking about? First position to Chelsea, but nothing really happened in the first half, but then we came off with an electric start in the second. Pato with a beautiful volley into the back of the net. Clearly my team talk at half-time really rallied the boys, and we were able to come out and score a beautiful goal. Fantastic control there, and a brilliant shot to score that. With 98 finishing, you'd expect nothing less from him, to be honest. And then Royce gets it on the edge of the box. You never give Royce any space, really. That's the best thing. A good tackle from Johnny Evans, but Royce crosses it in. Hazard tries to get ahead to it. Some EABS from Lindegaard. De Gea, sorry. He tries to catch it. He hits it onto Vidic's head, and then it goes in. Yeah, BS, but it makes up for the fact that I conceded 2 BS goals against Arsenal. So, and then Royce paces past the whole defence and scores in the 60th minute to make it 3-0. So right now we're beating Manchester United 3-0 at Old Trafford whilst they're on good form. That's how good our team has become. It's become almost unstoppable. Other than Arsenal, that's our first loss in a very long time. And hopefully that run of form can continue. Leno got an 8.9 in that game, so clearly it shows that we didn't really dominate attacking-wise, but we did score when we needed to, I suppose, is the best way of saying that. We get another scout thing come in, and another guy that's rated 94 overall, another guy that's rated potential 94 overall. So I'm just going to sign all the ones that are 94 potential. Because what I do is, I think I've said this before, I subtract 5 from their upmost potential, because that's probably, none of them ever really reach their full-on potential. A few have in the past with me, because I played them all the time, because I found them when I was in like League 1, and then obviously that they could play in the first team, so by the time they got to the Premier League they were actually like 92 overall, but usually they don't develop as well as they could do, so I take 5 off of their top and that's what they'll probably be. That's why I reject people that are potential of 88 or something, even though that's very good. If you subtract 5, that's 83. That's not so good, that's average, so that's generally what I do. But we have the Coventry replay, in which I sim it and we won 2-0. So we're going through pretty well here. Alaba and Donadel scoring. It's nice to see Donadel scoring, our youngster from the youth squad, doing very well. Oh, excuse me, that was disgusting. I coughed backwards. That was fucking weird. Anyway, we've got an easy game, potentially, against Ipswich at home. They are 19th, so I wasn't expecting much of a challenge from this, and also if I won this game, then I'd go 3 points clear of Manchester United to a second. So this was an integral part of my progress, and in the 3rd minute, Pato did not disappoint. So a bit of luck there to get through the defence, but it's a very good finish in the 5th minute to make it 1-0. So we're already ahead after 1 minute. After 5 minutes, 1-0 up. So it's a good start. However, Ipswich, they played better than I thought they would, and that's a lovely finish from Taylor. It's annoying that Thingy can get there, but as you can see, I went to ultra attacking as soon as they scored that. Pato paces past Chambers like he wasn't even there. He then crosses it into Hazard, and Hazard, even though he's 3'0", he gets his head to it, and he's able to score in the 45th minute to make it 2-1. So we do go into the break up in the lead, I mean, which is huge, because it seems that if you score just before half-time, even if they're 2-0 up and you score, you seem to have a much better second half, so it's good to get that goal. Hazard's through, it is saved, but then Pato's there to bury the chance. That was still quite a difficult goal to score, because the ball bounced up quite awkwardly, so good finish for Pato. Shame that Hazard couldn't score it, but Pato was there. Pato is top goal scorer right now, and I think he keeps that for a long frickin' time. He just keeps on scoring. He is an absolute machine. 90.7? 9.7 overall out of that game, so he played very well. He's coming along extremely well. So we have another FA Cup tie against Southampton. Seems we have a lot of FA Cup ties. Again, I sim it because I don't care. And sadly, my not caring did cost me, because we did lose 2-0, Rodriguez scoring twice. So we're out of the FA Cup. Quite disappointing, but then again, I didn't try to win it. I didn't try in any way to sort of progress. I really just concentrated on the Champions League and the Premier League. Now we get onto our first knockout stage in the Champions League against Marseille. It seems we always play against Marseille. They seem to just follow us. It's like England and Sweden a few years back. They just seem to always be there. I don't really understand, but it doesn't really bother me. It's quite an easy tie, considering you know, they're not the best of teams. They have players that could be a problem, like Remy and such, but they're not that big of an issue. So, you know, pretty good tie for us. A good ball from Pato, some fantastic control from Royce to get away from the defence. He just opens his body up and scores in the back of the net. Scores in the back of the net, of course. Where else are you going to score? So that was in the 32nd minute. To get it around Nanda. Very, very good finish. So pleased with that goal. To go 1-up and get an away goal is very good, and we seem to just keep this control going. Hazard breezes past the defence, then cuts his side and smashes it into the back of the net in the 50th minute to make it 2-0. So now that's 2 away goals for the good, which is absolutely fantastic. To get 2 away goals means that, you know, they're going to have to come to our ground and score 3, which, I've got to be honest, is highly unlikely. So if you did enjoy this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe for more. I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.